Hi everyone, welcome to Ben's workshop. Today we practice on solving system of equations by substitution. So the general idea of solving a system linear equations by substitution is use one of the equation to solve for one of the variable, then we plug it into the other equation to solve for the first unknown. When we get the first unknown, you can plug in either the first equation or second equation. Now with the general idea, let's go into solving example 1 so that we have a better understanding of solving a system linear equation by substitution. Example 1, we have y equals to 3x minus 2 and 2x plus y equals to 8. And we look at the first equation, we see that the first equation has been solved for y. So my job is just plug in 3x minus 2 into the y place of the second equation. So on the second equation, we have 2x plus y equals to 8. I will go ahead and replace my y by 3x minus 2. So 3x minus 2 equal to 8. The good thing of this equation is we just have only one unknown. So I can easily solve for by distribute the positive side. So we will have 2x plus 3x minus 2 equals to 8. 2x and 3x we can collect like term, give me 5x minus 2 equals to 8. Then we isolate the x by move 2 over, so add 2 on both sides would give me 5x equals to 10. And we can go ahead isolate the x again by divide by 5 on both sides. So we have x equal to 2. X equal to 2 is my first solution, but we're not quite done yet because we still have to solve for y. So to solve for y, as we say that when we have the first unknown, we can plug in either the first equation or second equation. I will choose the first equation because it already has been solved for y. So we have y equals to 3x minus 2, and we just need to replace x by 2 and calculate them. So 3 times 2 give me 6 minus 2 give me 4. So y equals to 4. So we get the second unknown. And it's really important. You have to write your answer in x and y order, which means we have 2, 4 as a point is my final solution. 2 and 4 is the answer of our solution, but for sure is that the answer or not, I can also check the solution by plug them into the first and second equation. So we're gonna check the solution. The first equation you have y equals to 3x minus 2. We're gonna replace y by 4 and x by 2. So we have 4 equal to 3 times 2 equal to 3 times 2 minus 2. So are they equal to each other? So 4 equals to 6 minus 2, is that equal to each other? So 4 equals to 4, that's correct. So 2 and 4 satisfy for the first equation. So we also need to check it on the second equation. So we have 2x plus y equals to 8. I'm gonna do the same thing, replace x by 2 and 4 and y by 4. So we have x by 2, y by 4 equals to 8. And are they equal to each other? Let's find out. 4 plus 4 is that equal to 8. 4 plus 4 give me 8 and 8 equals to 8. And yes, 2 and 4 is the answer of this system linear equation. Now, let's go over one more example. so you have a better understanding about substitution. In example 2, we have 2x plus y equal to -5 and 3x plus 5y equal to -4. And you see, this time the problem a little bit challenging. They give you the system in general form, which means x and y stay on one side of the equal. So we're gonna do is use one of the equations. So I will pick the first equation, 2x plus y equal to -5. And we're gonna solve for y. We solve for y because y has the leading coefficient is +1, which will tell me that we don't have to do a fraction later on. Since we solve for y, I'm gonna isolate the y by subtract 2x on both sides. So we have y equal to -2x minus 5. And I named this equation as the start equation. We're going to go back to that equation later on when we get the first unknown. So my next step is substitute the start equation into, since we used the first equation to solve for y, so I'm going to plug into the second equation. So on the second equation, we have 3x plus 5y equal to -4. Based on the experience on last example, we see that y equals to 2x minus 5. So I'm going to plug this one into the place of y in the second equation. So we will have 3x plus 5 times with multiply -2x minus 5 equal to 4, -4. Then we go ahead solve for x by distribute 5 into parentheses. So we have 3x minus 10x minus 25 equals to -4. And we can also combine like term, 3x and 10x will give me -7x. Minus 25 equals to -4. Then we can isolate the x by move 25 over. So -7x equal to +21. -7x equal to 21. Since we out of space, so I'm going to bring it up here. We can work it up here. -7x equal to 21. Then we divide by -7 on both sides. Okay, so we have x equal to -3. And x equal to -3 is my first unknown. So I have to do is back substitute into the first equation or into my star to get my second unknown. Substitute x equal to -3 into either first, second, or my star equation. I will first plug in my star, so I'm going to do that. We have y equal to -2x minus 5. I like to plug in the star equation because it's already solved for y. When I plug in the -3, I just need to evaluate whatever after that. So minus 5, we have 6 minus 5 give me 1. So y equal to 1 is my second unknown. And don't forget, write your answer in x and y order. So which means my answer would be -3 and 1. If you have time, check your answer. Okay, we already go over example 1 and 2. I guess you get boring now. It's your turn to do the self check. So go ahead, do problem A and B. So I will do A and B. Then what? They both based on the example we just working on in a couple minutes before. So go ahead, try that. Please pause your video. If you don't want to see the answer, please pause. You have 30 seconds to pause your video, to pause this video so that you don't have to see the answer. Now I believe you have the answer for your for both question A and B. So on question A, the answer is 4 and 6. And on question B, the answer is -2 and 4. If you don't get the answer, don't freak out. We're gonna go over this one together. So, all right, I will go ahead to problem A. So exactly like example 1, we have the first equation has been solved for y. So our job is just plug in x plus 2 for the y placed on the second equation. Then we have x plus 2y equals to 16, and I'm gonna replace y by x plus 2. So we have x plus 2 for y equals to 16. Then we solve for x by distribute 2 into the parentheses. So we have x plus 2x plus 4 equals to 16. Then I can solve, keep going, I can combine like term here. X plus 2x is 3x. 3x plus 4 equals to 16. Then we can isolate the x by subtract 4 on both sides. So we have 3x equals to 12. And keep going, divide by 3 on both sides. I will have my x equals to 4. Okay, x equals to 4 is my first unknown. Now we're going to solve for y. So in the first equation, you have y equals to x plus 2. Then we have plug in x by 4. I will have y equals to 4 plus 2, which will give me 6. Y equals to 6 is my second unknown. And again, don't forget to write your answer in x and y order, which means 4 and 6 like this. Is my answer. Okay. And that is the solution for number 1. Here we go. On problem B, we have x plus 2y equal to 6 and 3x minus y equal to -10. I'm gonna choose the first equation and solve for x. So again, it's the same reason like we mentioned before. Since x has the leading coefficient as 1, so we don't have to deal with fraction later on. Now I will go ahead isolate the x by subtract 2y on both sides. So we have x equal to -2y plus 6, and I named this equation as the star equation. We're gonna go back with that later. Now we do is substitute the star into we use the first equation, so we're gonna plug into the second equation this time. So we have second equation, 3x minus y equals to -10, and my x will be replaced by -2y plus 6. Will be plugged into the x place. So we have 3 times with -2y plus 6 minus y equals to -10. We're gonna distribute 3 into the parenthesis. Give me -6y plus 18 minus y equal to -10. So we can collect like term the y variable. So you have -7y plus 18 equal to -10. Then we isolate the y, subtract 18 on both sides. Then -7y equal to -28. Okay. So we have -7y equals to -28. We're gonna divide by -7 on both sides. So y will be equal to 4, and that's my first unknown. Look like we're on the right track so far. As the solution y equal to 4 is the one I'm expecting, and then we substitute into the star equation. So we have what? X equal negative 2y plus 6, and my y is 4, so I'm plugging replace y by 4 plus 6. So which give me negative 8 plus 6 would give me negative 2. So x equal to negative 2 is my second unknown. Now the question for you is, are we done yet? Is that the answer for us? Okay, the answer is not yet. Make sure you have to write your answer in x and y order to complete the problem. Alright, so we have 2 examples and 2 solutions for your self-check. Now here's the time, if you not master of it yet, go ahead do the extra practice. I'm not gonna solve the extra practice, but I will give you the answer. So you have 30 seconds to pause the video if you don't want to see the answer yet. Otherwise, the answer will show up after 30 seconds. Here the correct answer. Problem 1, the answer is 1, 3. Problem 2, the answer is 4, 3. Problem 3, the answer is 2, 3, 2. And problem 4, the answer is 3, 8. If you don't get correct answer, don't freak out. Just go back to example 1, 2, and self-check A and B to make sure you understand the concept, and then go back resolve it. Alright, thank you for watching.